extraordinary benefit concert features Poet Supreme Master Ching Hai, Beach Boys family and friends, award-winning composers and conductors Bill Conte, Fred Karlin, Maria Newman, George Thatcher, and Peter Boyer. Also featuring the Irish band from Titanic, Gaelic Storm, Mel Cubic, Nicole Campbell, Stevie Mercer, Anne Marie Ketchum, Kerry Walsh, and Jerome Smith, with the Pasadena Boys Choir and accompanied by one of Los Angeles' finest 60-piece orchestras. This evening will be hosted by film legend Debbie Reynolds and esteemed board member of the Starlight Children's Foundation, John Mochita. One World of Peace Through Music is proudly produced by Stephen Cooper and Dr. Larry Tibb and presented by the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association. Tonight's proceeds will be contributed to Starlight Children's Foundation and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Poet Supreme Master Ching Hai, esteemed guests, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to One World of Peace Through Music. And thank you for your presence on this wonderful evening at the prestigious Shrine Auditorium. Music has existed in all people since the beginning of time and is one of the formative aspects that have allowed us to define ourselves and our cultures over the centuries. Music speaks to all people, regardless of their native tongue, and carries an immense power to unite us. It is fitting this evening, therefore, that the universal language of music is the golden thread that brings us together for a night celebrating peace and joy. With a diverse showcase of accomplished talents, each expressing his or her own interpretation of the theme, One World of Peace Through Music, it's a pleasure to offer the audience tonight such a high caliber of performances which will grace the stage. Earlier on, many of you were able to view an exhibition of the beautiful artistic creations of the poet, Supreme Master Ching Hai. Later on tonight, you will also hear and experience many moving and inspirational selections of her poetry set to music by distinguished and award-winning composers. To help introduce our highly accomplished artists and tonight's program, our first host is a gentleman who is famous for his ability to out-talk anyone at any party. He is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records for speaking 586 words in 1 minute. A frequent celebrity on television and at special events, our host is also a dedicated humanitarian through and through. It is my honor to introduce to you Mr. John Mochita.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm really surprised to see so many faces here. It was really warm all this week, and everybody was out there probably getting sun and doing all that kind of stuff, and then it got cold, and I thought everyone was going to think, oh, it's too cold to go out tonight. I don't want to go out tonight. Why don't we just stay home and watch reruns of Cupid or whatever else is on, happens to be on the TV on Saturday night, and I didn't really think anyone was going to be here, but you're all here, so welcome! We are about to experience a unique entertainment entitled One World of Peace Through Music. Through the harmony in all music, we are here tonight to enjoy an evening of peace and creativity. We begin with a music and culture that has had a remarkable influence on the world as we know it today. 2,500 years ago today, there existed a people known as the Celts. Music was central to their lives, and the singers of this era traveled the countryside rather like a musical newspaper. And through these musicians, the people stayed united. Now, music has that quality, the ability to unite. Well, with that in mind, I am very happy to introduce a truly fine group of talented musicians. I'm sure most of you will recognize their wonderful music from the soundtrack of the motion picture Titanic. In the words of Leonardo DiCaprio in the hit movie, "Wanna go to a real party?" Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the musical spirit of Gaelic Storm.
can, and the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like an ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar. Eyes well peeled today. The tall men, they're on their way. They're searching for the mountain day in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the bus in the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like it ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar. Hey! It's a gallop for the butcher and a quart for Tom, and a buck for the poor old Father Tom. Help the poor old dear along in the hills of Connemara. In the old tin can, and the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like it ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar. And swing to the left, now swing to the right, so the excise bank can dance all night. Drinking up the tail to the broad daylight in the hills of Connemara. In the old tin can, and the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like it ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar. And stand your ground, no, don't you fall. The excise men, they're at the wall. Well, holy God, they've drinking it all in the hills of Connemara. Here we go. The bus in the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Running like an ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar. Gather the bus in the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Running like an ever from the excise bank, and the smoke from raisin bar.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for Supreme Master Ching Hai? Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to sing a song. It's a children's song from the north of Ireland, a place called Belfast. So it's called I'll Tell Me Ma.
We'd like to dedicate this song to Supreme Master Ching Hai for all the good that she's doing for the children through the Starlight Foundation with this event tonight. So on that note, I'll tell me ma.
the sky, and she's as nice as apple pie, and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she comes home. Let them all come as they will, it's Patrick Murphy. Here we go. Tell me now when I'm going home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair, stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She's handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast. She is courting 1, 2, 3. Please will you tell me who is she? And she's handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast. She is courting 1, 2, 3. Please will
guys are terrific. Boy, weren't they great? You know, it's an honor to be here this evening, and it's also an honor to introduce my very talented co-host. She's the legendary star of stage, screen, and television. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Debbie Reynolds. Ladies and gentlemen, at the early age of
47.
Debbie was discovered by both Warner Brothers and MGM when she was only
47.
Her vivacious personality and bubbling good looks soon landed her lead roles in motion picture classics, Singing in the Rain, How the West Was Won, Unsinkable Molly Brown. Debbie has made over 35 motion pictures.
47.
Well, Debbie, you look sensational. You know, a little bird told me backstage that tonight just happens to be your birthday. So, sure, big round of applause. How old are you?
47. Yeah. Well, that works for me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take that one any day.
Okay.
Well, good evening, John. And I'm absolutely delighted to be here. Truly beautiful.
Well, it is delightful to meet you. You know, you have made a film that also captured the Titanic, like our last act there, the Unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yes.
Yeah. That was such a great movie. And as good as Kathy Bates was in Titanic, I just kept waiting for her to just break into song, and it just wasn't the same for me. But I went out, I rented the movie, and there were so many highlights for me. Did you have a favorite line from that movie?
Well, yes, I said, oh, I rang for ice, but this is ridiculous. A large Titanic. Well, this is going to be a very spectacular evening, and I'm especially pleased for its theme, unity. One world of peace through music. Some of my most joyous memories are linked to special songs and to the passion with which music is performed. Since all peoples communicate with music, wouldn't it be nice if music were the thread to help weave world peace?
Well, I think that's certainly true. And with that in mind, we would like to present this beautiful composition composed by Ms. Maria Newman and featuring the enchanting lyrics of poet Master Ching Hai. Master Ching Hai, yes? Master Ching Hai has written many beautiful love poems, and this one is entitled The Prince. Now, Miss Newman was inspired by the poetry and created this beautiful synergy of opera, orchestra, and poetry. And tonight, the piece will be conducted by Mr. George Thatcher with vocals by Anne Marie Ketchum.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Prince. That was beautiful. That was so lovely. Thank you, thank you. This next piece is conducted by the young and energetic maestro of the modern day orchestra, Mr. Peter Boyer, an award-winning composer and conductor. Mr. Boyer will be conducting his own adaptation of Master Ching Hai's poetic lyrics, Love Melody 4. The beautiful lyrics of this poem reflect the intensity of love and longing when parted from one's significant other. The recording motif of How Many Miles draws us to the passionate yearning to be reunited with one's true love. And I would like to share one of the verses with you. How many miles to West Side? How many miles to paradise? How many miles to your heart? How many miles to mine? Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Peter Boyer with Miss Carrie Walsh and our wonderful orchestra with Love Melody 4.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Boyer, Ms. Carrie Walsh, and members of tonight's wonderful orchestra.
They are fabulous.
Aren't they great?
They are great. Love Melody 4 is truly such a beautiful piece, and it is the second composition this evening inspired by the lyrics of poet Supreme Master Ching Hai. Yes. Mr. Fred Karlin is one of the finest film music composers in our business. And I'm sure that you all remember his Academy Award-winning song, For All We Know, recorded by the Carpenters and my very good friend Liza Minnelli. He has an incredible list of credits. In fact, it is so long that it would take all night to just...
Not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily. Let's see. What has this guy done before? Because we all know about, the one song that you mentioned.
These
But how about,
are-
has he done anything else? Here, let's see. Up the down staircase, your mind and ours, the stalking moon, the sterile cuckoo lovers, and other strangers, the baby making, the murder, the young stockbroker, the baby moved, the little lock, the little cook, and the nanny, master, or the words, talk to the kids, survivors, companies, had a nice day, cut around the work, the gravy train, the Dion brothers, innocence, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, Punch and Jody, this by saying the tech, death, be not proud, live, the dawn, the Alexander, the side of the death, the trial of Lee Harvey, Billy, portrait of a street kid of the Hushers, kid, the man from Atlantis, Death Scars, the man from Atlantis, Killer Spores, the man from Atlantis, IV. That only takes us up to 1974! This guy has been way too busy. We are very pleased to present the world premiere of Master Ching Hai's lyrical poetry, put to music composed by Mr. Fred Karlin, who earlier I read his whole list of accomplishments, was actually only up to the 70s, in a symphonic portrait of a journey in search of peace.
Yes, and it is called The Peace Seeker, conducted by Mr. Peter Bauer with Miss Mel Kobik on vocals. And Mr. Karlin himself will be soloing on the trumpet and the flugelhorn. Ladies and gentlemen, The Peace Seeker.
Once upon a time, a true peace lover wandered around the many worlds in search of eternal happiness. She walked over the face of the earth, the suns, the moons, and the clouds. At last, she found that it was all the while buried in her very own heart. Then she sat down and was about to enjoy the newfound bliss, but suddenly, she looked down and saw countless beings were still groveling in darkness, for they were searching for happiness without, just like her before, erring over millions of ages. Her tears were then rolling down, 1 drop, 2 drops, and many more. Each drop became a shining jewel. And soon the firmament was studded with glittering tears, which are the stars today. They are too shy in the day and too restless in the night to go to sleep. For all peace seekers, the stars are there to light the way and to remind them of the compassion of a holy sage.
What can I do for my people? love you and ask not for myself, but for the sake of all beings under your will, may each one, in his place, find his peace.
Even worldly lovers would pity my heart, but you remain adamant. Worldly lovers can see each other whenever they wish. Only your door is forever forbidden. Every time I approach, it shuts, aloof and cold. The curtains are drawn. There is a dim light inside, but never once your face. I know you are in the palace, just can't open the door. I think one day I'll bring along a big hammer.
foreign street on a cold winter afternoon. The snow threw itself like a shroud on the dry treetops. The houses on the roadside lay silent like graves. Pale street lamps stood in a stupor, exhausted. Park, the wind in my breaking heart. A cold stone statue proudly stood in the winter sea, as if feeling sorry for those who sought fame and fortune, as if feeling sorry for those who suffer in this fleeting dream, this fleeting dream. As if feeling sorry for those who sought fame and fortune, as if feeling sorry for those who suffer in this fleeting dream, this fleeting dream.
I know I'm far from being worthy, but I can assure you none is. So, loving Master, pray, do not tarry. Hold me out of the dark pit. Let me live in your light. Let me live in your boundless grace. Master, do you hear it all? You must in order to hear my desperate call. I think I'll buy a pair of human ears for you tomorrow.
Do for the world? What can I do for my people? What can I do for the world? Always full of troubles, always full of sorrow. I want to throw away my heart. It hurts me so much daily with every misfortune, everyone in a world full of misery. This expensive thing I possess that I can never sell nor throw away. This little heart of mine, so little and so fine, beats enormously in the world full of misery. I am going to the Wizard of Oz, let him take my heart away. Won't be hurt anymore with the world today. What can I do with my heart? What can I do with her? It hurts me every day. It hurts me every night. What can I do for the world? What can I do for my people? What can I do for the world? Always full of trouble, always full of sorrow. What can I do for the world? What can I do for my people? What can I do for the world? Always full of trouble, always full of sorrow. I wanna throw away my heart, this little heart of mine. Let him take my heart away. What can I do with my heart? I wanna throw away my heart.
My ears listen to music. My eyes adore beauty. My lips sing poetry. But my heart is full of melancholy. She cannot let me be free.
If there is reincarnation, I am going to be a flower, a fruit, a tree, or a plant. But never, never a human being again.
She stays on the other side of the sea. She stays on the other side of the sea. I have to go with Johnny for the safety, but I couldn't tell. No, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell my heart to come with me. She stays on the other side. She stays on the other side of the sea. Yeah. She stays on the other side of the sea. She stays on the other side. Oh, my heart, what can you do for me? Oh, my heart, you give me powerful feeling. But Johnny gives me everything. Oh, my son, what can you do for me? Oh, my son, you give me beautiful colors. Johnny gives me big dollars. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. Big dollars, thank you, Johnny. You have brought me free. Oh, why couldn't you buy my heart for me? To leave with Johnny for security, but he couldn't do. No, I couldn't take. I couldn't take my son along with me. He stays on the other side. Oh, he stays on the other side of the sea. Of the sea, yeah. Stays on the other side of the sea. Stays on the other side. Oh, hey, stays on the other side. Johnny's brought me here with lots of money, but he couldn't. Oh, he couldn't buy. He couldn't buy my heart along with me. She stays on the other side. She stays on the other side of the sea. Oh, she stays on the other side of the sea.
The world is a whirlpool full of scorpions and snakes which bite with lust, anger, and hatred. And people are drowning helplessly therein. Oh, Master, King of all kings, please take them back to the mansion of peace and restore to them the eternal spring.
sun. Won't you miss me? Won't you miss me? Staying on this side of the sea. Where have you gone to, my traitor moon? How I miss you. How I miss you. Standing at the shore, I wish we could sail to the same destination. I want to break these chains. Oh, my desperation. When will I see you, my everything? Won't someone hold you? When you wake up crying, where are you, my only one? Where are you now, my only one? Won't someone tell me if you will ever return?
O Lord, I love you and ask not for myself, but for the sake of all beings in the world under your will, may each one find his peace.
There were times tomorrow wouldn't arrive.
times the sun would not rise. I prayed in vain for the future to arrive. Like in a coma, I lay in the long darkness, praying for tomorrow to quickly come by. Like a bird in the middle of a stormy sky, like a heart getting ready to die, like a child reaching out with an upward cry. Immense oceans couldn't contain melancholy. There were places where spring wouldn't visit. I waited hopelessly for cherry blossoms to bloom. White snow everywhere instead of sacred bells pealing to herald the new year. Only the cold winds whistling. Like a bird in the sun of a stormy sky, like a heart getting ready to die, like a child reaching out with an unheard cry. Immense oceans couldn't contain my melancholy. So it went, the rain came, followed by falling leaves. Day and night, time flowed differently. My heart still felt there was something incomplete. Perhaps it was a love I never discovered before. Like a bird in the middle of a stormy sky, like a heart getting ready to die, like a child reaching out with an unheard cry. Immense oceans couldn't contain my melancholy. want to find the celestial granaries, to scatter grains over the mountains, forests, to feed all the birds. When I see in wintry gust poor creatures on ragged wings looking for leftovers.
I want to bring nourishing food to the wild wandering felines living furtively in the ruined temples, weakened from the burning days and frozen nights.
I feel pity for the deer in the Rocky Mountains, wandering all day for a few dry leaves on steep hills as sad as old cemeteries. Where can they find sweet water and grass?
God's heart is forever desolate. Saving the world is a difficult mission. I kneel, wishing to believe in God and beg Him to repair His creation.
When you cast your glance into the sea, O magnificent beloved, all the fish will become dragons, and they'll fly up to the clouds. Blessing rain will then start pouring down, fertilizing the field of human virtues and merits.
Thank you very much. All the wonderful performers in the Peace Seeker. That was magnificent.